Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nightcrawler's podcast, the Sunday edition. Just to let everyone know, we're actually going to be transitioning to Sundays. Wednesdays is a good day to do it. I think I have some other ideas for Wednesday evenings in the future, but going forward, Nightcrawler's podcast will take place Sunday evenings. That just seems to kind of be the easiest time for myself as well as other members of the panel um, going forward. So that's just what we're going to do. Things change, but we make it happen, don't we? But as always, without further ado, let's get our guests introduced. First and foremost, we have Mr. Vegas Knight himself. Vegas! Oh, shit.
What's going on?
Happy 22 Vegas. How you doing, brother?
I know I haven't seen you since last year, right?
Yay, you know what I'm saying? I know it's been so long. But just as always, let everybody know how you're doing. How has 22 been treating you so far, and what is the besides Halo, what is the top game you've been playing?
Yeah, besides Halo, because that's pretty much what I played a lot. But I did get Biomutant recently. I started playing that because I got like a gift card for Christmas for Xbox, so I bought a couple games.
Nice.
I've been playing Rain Man on my backbone, just only on my backbone because I want to be able to use that. And that game is, you don't have to have like a 4K TV screen to play that game, so I play on my phone on the backbone. Um, what was the other game I was playing recently? Oh, I went. You know how Epic had all the Lara Crofts for free during the holidays, so I
Mm-hmm.
was playing some of those on my because I got a Shield TV for Christmas, so I was playing on my
Nice.
Shield TV on the 3080 tier. It's nice. It's so nice.
Damn, bro, I'm jealous. I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
so playing
That's
that
what's-
and been a couple other games I can't remember right now which I'm playing, but yeah, I've been watching a lot of sports too, so I haven't gamed as much as I normally do.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. Yeah, I was gonna, because I have a Kishi. Where there are certain games now that I think about it that would actually be fun to just play on my phone. Using cloud and whatnot. I do a lot of cloud, or I should say, remote play from my Xbox for Skater XL. I like doing that on my phone.
Yeah.
Because
So
for me, Skater XL is just a good game to just jump into and just pass the time and whatnot. But that's what's up. I need to get a backbone. I tried downloading the app. Like, I think I asked everybody a question a few months back, asking if you could use the backbone application that integrates everything that you have that is gaming, whether it's like mobile, cloud, or whatever, into that one application. And when you use the backbone controller, you can access all of that. And lo and behold, you can't use the app without the controller. I figured. So I need to get that controller soon. Hopefully they do a sale. They like never do a sale. I know they did a random one during the holidays, but like they never ever do a sale. So hopefully I can get my hands on one soon. But that's freaking awesome, man. Um,
yeah, that's sweet.
uh, let's get our next guest up in here as he adjusts his camera and looks mighty fine up in that center of it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Ben,
What's
back in
up?
back in live right here for you.
I know,
So
right? It's
Ben,
been a while.
happy 22, brother.
Happy 22.
To let everybody know how you've been, and besides Halo as well, what have you been gaming, or what new game have you tried? And if you say Anacrusis and you tried it without me, I'm going to throw something.
No, I have not. I've been busy since that game came out. I haven't had a chance. I spent the weekend at the girlfriend's place, so didn't really do any gaming this past weekend. Mainly like what I've been playing. Dove into some testing some stuff out on the 3080 tier for GFN. So I was playing some Shadow of the Tomb Raider on there the other day, as well as got back into some Valhalla. Played Kana for a couple hours the other day too, just trying to get back into that. That's always a fun, relaxing game. So
that's a game I need to try. I still have not. Kena Bridge of Spirits, right?
It's a beautiful game.
Yeah, that's something I definitely need to get into.
You get some like major Zelda vibes from it.
What was I gonna say? There's a there's another new game, or I don't know if you. Well, yeah, there's another game that dropped on Game Pass, and I'll look at it in a second. I forget which one it is, but it piqued my interest that I wanted to try. That's the thing about Game Pass, and people say it all the time, is it really gets you to try a game you never would have tried before.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of the times now, like um, even researching about a game, like I remember before when I would go into the Microsoft store, I would see a bunch of games, but I wouldn't research anything about them. I wouldn't read the bio. I wouldn't, look up a YouTube video about it, nothing. But now when I see games being added to Game Pass, I look at it and I'm like, and I'll go on YouTube and be like, what's this about? Or I'll go on Google and read a synopsis. And, even if I don't play the game, at least it piques my interest. And I feel like that causes me to be more likely to, play the game later down the line.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And that's also why I like Stadia Pro, because Stadia Pro can be obviously a lot better, yes, in many aspects. But the one thing that I feel like it doesn't get credited enough for is introducing games that I never would have tried at all. And Kena is definitely one of those games, because it did come to Stadia, and then
Are you sure? I thought that was GFN only. It's exclusive to Epic Games and PlayStation.
Oh, not Kena. The other game. It's the game that I mentioned, that I brought up to you before. Sorry, not Kena.
Wavetail.
It was Wavetail, and then it was the one that's like similar to Sifu. The concept of Sifu, where like when you die, I think you get older. What game was that? It was a long time. What? Yes, thank you. That one. So like, I look at my library and I see games, and I'm like, I'm going to play this soon. But if I didn't have this subscription, if I didn't have this service, I never would have even added it to the catalog to begin with.
Oh yeah. So I mean, if you're talking about like games that I would never try unless they were on a service, like the Pedestrian on Xbox or Game Pass.
That is another one. Thank you.
It's a fun, casual game. Like I would not play it for hours, but like just to jump in, play something fun, something that takes very little. Like it's a puzzle game, but it doesn't take a lot of effort. And it's just fun. It's casual. Get a few puzzles in, play for like 20-30 minutes, back out, do something else, or just go to bed. Because a lot of times, like if I want to play a game late at night, like I'm really careful to do something that's not going to like suck me in for hours.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So
which brings us into pretty much our first topic, because we're there already, is the fact that Game Pass is on fire. It's been on fire for a while, and it hasn't stopped being on fire. Like, and not hating on anyone out there, but sometimes I still see posts like, oh, Game Pass, oh, they're kicking it up now. Like, no, they've been kicking it up. Like, they're like, it's like watching Goku and go Super Saiyan, but like for 100 days in a row. Like, he hasn't stopped yelling. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I feel like Game Pass is at right now. They're just cut like, like the whole time, for one thing, coming up soon on the 20th, in like 4 days, we have Rainbow Six Extraction. And this is the power that Game Pass really has. Nobody gave a crap about this game, because most of the people that you heard talking about it were like, oh my God, this is going to be trash. It's not Rainbow Six Siege. Like, what the hell are they doing? Nobody asked for this, blah, 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 blah. And then the second it gets announced that it's going to Game Pass, the conversation has been way more positive in trying this game and wanting to play this game and the interest of this game, rather than it being negative. So Vegas, you first, like, as far as Game Pass and R6 Extraction go, how did the news of it make you feel? And what did you think it did for the R6 brand and Ubisoft itself?
I mean, I thought, great, I don't have to buy it. I mean, that's awesome. It's less money out of my pocket. Plus, it's on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, my favorite place to play is on my Series S. So, yeah, excited. And that's when we were playing recently, and I'm like, who's ready to get the little squad up to play some Extraction soon? So can't wait. Was it a few more days, right? The 20th? So yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yeah,
And not to mention, I know it's kind of off subject, but you know, Ubisoft coming as a to Xbox, that's gonna be big too. So there's something going on back there. So yeah, I've been waiting for that. So
agreed. Yeah, yes, Ubisoft is coming to Xbox. In what form, we do not know yet, but we suspect, or at least I suspect.
What do you mean by what form?
We don't. Has it been announced that it's just $15 or that it's added onto Game Pass Ultimate? That hasn't
No,
been.
it's just Ubisoft Plus on Xbox.
No, but it did. That's what I'm saying.
They confirmed that.
Yeah, I know they confirmed that. Hold on, they confirmed that. They didn't say what the subscription tier is going to look like. They just said it's coming to Xbox.
It sounded the way they talked about it, like at least in the tweet that I was reading, because people are like, "Oh, is it going to be included in Game Pass?" Like, no, it has nothing to do with Game Pass.
Yes,
it's Ubisoft Plus on Xbox.
Yes, in which I've stated that. So what I'm trying to say is that they have not stated how that subscription tier is coming, just that it's coming to Xbox. Nobody knows if it's an extra add-on just for 15, and then you have Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. Nobody knows if it's an add-on, an additional add-on for 15, but if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get it for an additional 5. Nobody knows what that specific detail is yet. That's what I'm saying.
The tweet that I saw from Ubisoft, like when they announced it,
yes,
they were like, it has nothing to do with Game Pass. It's just Ubisoft.
Well, I saw the same exact tweet, and I said I said that day to everybody that after reading this tweet, Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox. It's not coming to Game Pass. This is what I told everybody. And then I also said this: we don't know what form of it is going to look like once it drops. We don't know if they've made a decision to just keep it as a separate $15 tier addition onto Xbox, or if they have plans to bring it with the Ultimate subscription somehow, like they did for EA Play, or if they have something else in mind down the line. And for now, they're just going to keep it that $15 tier. This is what I stated that day.
Yeah, maybe down the line, but from what I read, it sounded like it's no change. It's just Ubisoft Plus as it is right now with PC. Just now they're adding the ability to play those games on Xbox. Price shouldn't change. Like, they didn't hint at anything that would give anybody to believe that there would be a different price. The way they announced it,
but that's what I'm saying. There's no definitives on this because they also did not state definitively that it's just a separate channel. They didn't say that either. They said it's coming to Xbox, and they said R6 Extraction is coming to Game Pass. Those were the wordings. So what I'm saying is that, like, I understand what you're saying, but there's no definitives in this. We don't know what it's going to look like once it officially drops on Xbox. You know what I mean? And so going from that is what I would want to ask you next. What do you think it's going to look like when it comes? And then what do you think it could evolve to into the future?
I mean, what I think, my assumption and what I understand, what I think is going to be exactly like what we're doing right now. So for new customers, $17 a month. For original Ubisoft Plus members, $15. If you have it on Stadia, Luna, PC, GFN, it's the same thing, just playing it on Xbox. Like, they really have no reason to change it or discount it for Game Pass, because to them, they've got their hands in so many other pockets that there's no reason to try and like embed it into Game Pass like what Xbox did with EA. Like, that was different. That was Xbox trying to boost the reputation of Game Pass by adding EA into it. Ubisoft didn't seem too interested at the time to do that because they were focused on like Stadia and Luna and PC players, not console at all. So to me, it feels like it's just going to be, it's like being able to watch Disney Plus on your TV. Well, through your Xbox. I mean, same thing with Ubisoft Plus. You just launch any Ubisoft game on your Xbox, and if you have an active Ubisoft subscription linked to your Xbox ID, it should just automatically load up the game without you having to buy.
Now, one thing you said that I wanted to touch base on is you said $17. The reason why I said 15 is because the $17 tier, as we know, is to just simply include cloud gaming. Now, because Ubisoft,
that's right.
Stadia and Luna, right? That's
exactly. Now, I have several points on this. because it was only stated that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox. It was not even stated, nothing else was stated about cloud or nothing like that. You know, Rainbow Six Extraction is a completely separate case, whether it's coming to cloud. Yes, I did see it's coming to all 3 platforms, but I also did see there was like the same credible site, like similar credible sites not mentioning cloud. So a lot of people are confused on that part right now. I think it'll be on all 3. Who cares? Anyway, the point is that I don't think it would be offered as 17 simply because unless you are including the idea of cloud gaming, but then again, if you're offering 17, you're telling people that, oh, you're getting Stadia and Luna on top of that. That's why the tier is 17. I feel like on Xbox, it might just be 15. I could be wrong.
Because that's reasonable.
Because of xCloud, that's where it gets a little weird. You know what I mean? But xCloud, not yet does xCloud operate like a storefront like Stadia does. Or, I mean, Luna is not a storefront in itself. I mean, you pay for the channels there if you want to, but it's not a storefront like Stadia, but it's more of a storefront than xCloud is right now. So Cloudbuster's playing God of War on PS Now. It's pretty good. Hey, that's what's up, though. Hey, calm down over there, right? Hey, knock it off. All right. Just got my dogs going on in the background. But and that's the only thing, that's the only reason why earlier I was saying that what Ubisoft and Xbox was saying on Twitter and everything was not necessarily definitives, because they did kind of leave it open-ended. Like in the, you know, it's just coming to Xbox, and then like, but how is it coming to Xbox? That's the question that we need answered, and it will be soon. Now, in saying that, do you guys think they're going to announce something around when R6 Extraction comes out? That they'll give more news? Maybe not drop the channel, but do you think they'll give more news on Ubisoft Plus?
I mean, so.
I think they might, you know, like you were saying, like you were going back and forth. Yeah, if you have Ubisoft Plus already and you pay your subscription, it goes onto Xbox, and it's just like everything else, like Ben was saying. But it would be cool if you can pay an additional, like you said, $5 or whatever they come up with, and you can play Ubisoft games, but just on Xbox. You know, like you wouldn't be able to go to like Stadia or other ones. You just play all the Ubisoft games only on Xbox for an extra fee, and it wouldn't be part of Gamepass. It'd just be like a discounted price. But you could only play on Xbox. You couldn't take that subscription and play it on like Stadia or Geforce Now or anything like that. That'd be cool, but who knows? We'll wait to see. But like Ben was saying, I think it would just be the way it is with everything else, $15, and then you just play all the Ubisoft games that they have.
I mean, the way I imagine it, if you go to the Xbox store right now and you try and buy an EA game, if it's like an EA Pro game, it'll just show a discounted price because of your Game Pass, because it includes EA Play. But if it's an EA Play game, it'll be like, buy it for this discounted price because you have Game Pass, or play for free. Like, that's how it looks like when you get an EA game on Xbox. I'm assuming Ubisoft's going to be the same way. You go in and you say, buy for $60, or like you go to Far Cry 6, for example, buy for $60, or it automatically detects your Ubisoft account linked because you're playing Ubisoft games on an Xbox, automatically detects it, and Ubisoft has like some sort of crawler or whatever that detects your account and says, buy for this price or play for free through your Ubisoft Plus subscription. And then you just download it.
You know, with the addition of Ubisoft Plus on Xbox, I really, really, really wish that for people who are like, okay, I'm Game Pass Ultimate and I get EA Play on Xbox. That's cool. But I have EA Play Pro on PC. I really wish that EA somewhere down the line can offer a cross-platform type of subscription like Ubisoft Plus is pretty much becoming now. Because EA Play Pro and Ubisoft Plus are essentially the same price, if you're not including the cloud gaming tier. I have the cloud gaming tier. I lost my special pricing a long time ago. Same thing with GFN. I like before the RTX 3080 tier came out, I lost my founders tier because I missed 1 month. But I'm just hoping that eventually down the line, EA Play Pro can also, the pro tier of EA can be offered on Xbox as well, because like having issues with like 2042 on PC, I'd like to be able to jump over to 2042 on Xbox, but I got to buy it again on Xbox. Like, I don't care if it's at a discount. Like, I'm not going to buy it again, when I have a subscription on PC. The whole reason of having that is to not spend all this money on games and multiple copies of games, but yeah. Now, one last thing on this subject for Game Pass. What is a game that you guys are looking forward to coming to Game Pass, or what is a game that you hope comes to Game Pass in the near future? For me, I just want Replaced to come like right now. Like, I need Replaced. I love that. I need that game now. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to think of the games that are coming right now. There's like
I'm trying to remember what Replaced is. That doesn't sound familiar.
Replaced is the cyberpunk style game. It's 2D side scroller, or in a sense. I don't know anything about the story. Like, I've kept myself kind of like out of it. I've just only seen like some of the gameplay and what it looks like, and I don't know. I just have to try this game. I'm too far in Ubisoft. Oh, sorry. Cloudbuster says, I'm too far in Ubisoft games to start again. If cloud saves aren't working on Xbox, that's gonna suck. Yeah, I must agree. Well, and that's the thing about Ubisoft Connect. The whole purpose of Ubisoft Connect, for the exception of a few older titles, I know they were working on a fix for like current titles, is that all of your progress should carry over no matter what platform. I know I had that issue with Watch Dogs Legion at first. I don't know if they fixed that. I have like two different versions, one on Stadia and one on Geforce Now, which is essentially PC, but or Ubisoft Connect. So I essentially have two different versions, even though they should be the same gameplay. But that doesn't really bother me because of the way that specific game plays. Did I hide this? But I do agree. They need Ubisoft, not Xbox. Ubisoft needs to make sure that Ubisoft Connect is running properly for when this finally drops, because that is going to be a game changer for people. Like, right now, you do have a good list of games on Stadia that are supported by Ubisoft Plus. You have a good list of games, and I'm talking about the same games that are supported on Luna, the same games that are supported on GFN, even though GFN has the largest catalog you can access from Ubisoft Plus. Now, with that being said, if I'm playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Gold Edition, I'm going to want my save across all platforms. Now, I don't know if Assassin's Creed Black Flag Gold Edition is one of the games that has this issue, but some of the older titles, you're not going to get that game save. You're not going to get that cloud save. They just couldn't get it done, and that's just what it is. But for most titles, it should be something that is there. What were we talking about?
Replaced. I was just looking that up. It looks like a good game.
Yeah, I really want to play that game. Did it get delayed? Did you see a release date on that?
I didn't see a release date on it. It says coming soon.
Yeah,
it did say Game Pass on it. So
I think it was supposed to be January. I think it was supposed to be this month, but I think it got delayed. I can't remember. Let me check. Replace delay.
it just says 2022. It doesn't have a date.
Mm. All right, cool. Anyway, so yeah, we'll look into that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game myself. But all in all, Xbox Game Pass is on fire.
Killing it.
The three of us, along with a fourth, whoever that may be, whether it's Nez, Macadamia Nut, whoever, GTP, JoJo, we need to try. I want to try Anacrucis. I really want to try it. The art style I like. Someone asked me, they're like, oh, is it kind of like Alien Isolation? I think that was Nez. And because of the art style, I couldn't really confidently answer that as a yes. You know what I mean?
GTP was not a fan of it.
Yeah, I know. I heard he was having trouble. What system did he play? You too, Cloudbusters. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you leave a like on your way out. Hit that notification bell. What platform was he playing on? Do you remember?
I can hold on. I can tell you in just a second. Let's see. New videos. Where's his Anacrusis one? Oh, did he not make the video yet?
I thought CDS.
Oh, he said it sucked on xCloud. I remember him saying it now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Here, let me.
Well, we'll have to try maybe console PC. How that goes? See how that goes. Although we have a new setup on this balcony, so might want to try xCloud out there. I don't know.
Yeah, he was having all sorts of errors, like when he tried to launch, say, client version does not match server version. Like I've seen tons of screenshots that he's like said that just not working for him.
So. The caveats of early access and cloud gaming, I guess. You're like taking an even bigger risk because most early access games I've played on console have never given me a really big issue. But yeah. I would assume if you're doing early access plus cloud gaming, I don't know.
Most of the early access I played on the Xbox ran great, but I never done it on cloud. It's just on local, so I know it's a lot different.
So let's move on to our next topic. We probably won't spend too much time. We'll probably put these two together. The first one is where is it? Hold on one second, guys. There we go. PUBG PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is now free to play for all. We'll just give our quick opinions on this. I think this is awesome. I think it should have happened a long ass time ago. However, I can understand why it wasn't free to play for so long. Let's be quite honest. This game was the game, and then we know which game pretty much ripped off of this game and took all the spotlight, which we'll get into next. But we only have positive news, so but PUBG is now free to play for all, and I think this is awesome news. To be quite honest with everybody, I am a much better PUBG player on mobile. Okay, I can rack them up, stack them up. All right. If you don't know who that is from, you need to get on YouTube. Anyway, but a lot of my friends play on like console or PC and whatnot, and I think it's just amazing. I hope this means a cleaned up PUBG 2 is coming soon. Hey, let's go. What's up, Jojo Narat on the block? Yes, I completely agree. Hold on one second. There we go. Make sure we're not blocking Ben's luxurious locks. Yeah, all in all, I just think this is great news. There's really not much I can say about this because it should have happened so long ago. My excitement would have been tenfold for this, but I'm just happy. And it does make me want to try the console version again, going back into it. And if I suck again, maybe I'll go back on mobile. Still got my iPad. Ben, what do you think about this news for PUBG going free to play for all?
I mean, I hate that game, so I don't give a shit at all. It should have been free to begin with. That game sucks. The graphics suck. I hate that game. The fact that Stadia charged for it when pretty much everybody else had it included. Like, it was just, to me, I was like, this should have happened like 5 years ago or whatever. That's my opinion on it.
All right, Vegas, what do you think?
I played very little of PUBG, so I can't really. I'm kind of like, I don't like dislike the game like Ben, because I haven't played enough to say, oh, I dislike it. So, but any time that there's a free game coming, there's an audience for it. That's great. I mean, I always say if there's a game coming, it might not be for me, but someone else will like it. That's good for them, especially if it's free to play. And that's great. I mean, the more games that are free to play, the better.
Facts. Well, let's get into our next topic. Shit, I didn't think it was going to be that little of time. But
I
all
mean,
in all, yeah.
I've tried to play that game with you and some other people, and it's just so like first of all, I don't like battle royales. I think they're way too overdone. I think the fact that everybody insists on doing a battle royale now just because Fortnite made it successful is stupid. Like try and find some creativity. Come on, like to all the big publishers. It's the reason why I like indie games is at least they're creative.
Now
they come up with new styles of play and stuff. When all the big publishers just keep reproducing what's been successful for somebody else and making it look prettier and more expensive,
like Fortnite to Pubg.
Yeah, and it's just not only that, but like Fortnite, at least there's like a full range of people. When I've gone into PUBG, like everybody in there is on such a high level already that you can't play that game as a beginner. It's impossible. Like it's just it's a waste of time. It's frustrating. It's irritating. So that's the reason why I hate that game. I didn't start playing it when it first came out, so it's pointless for me to play it now because nobody will let me play long enough.
And Jojo says, guess PUBG will be the second big free-to-play title on Stadia now, though. He has a point with that. Yeah. There are a few other free-to-play games, but as far as big titles, yes, you do have a point with that. Hopefully when X Defiant comes out, that whatever fixes they've done with that game since the beta, that game does well, because that'll also be another completely free-to-play title that you could say is big. For the platform. So yeah, you do have a big point there, Jojo Narak from the block. But let's get into our next topic. Fortnite is back on iOS and Android via Geforce now. If you guys haven't already, you can sign up for the beta through Epic, I believe. And what that allows you to do is to be able to access the game through Geforce Now on a beta list and go from there. Other than that, I don't really know because I'm no longer play Fortnite. I do have it on my Geforce Now library. But as far as for mobile gaming, this is pretty huge. If you guys aren't aware, Fortnite was taken off the iOS and Android store, the mobile applications, because of all of the issues going on with the court dealings with Epic, between Epic and Apple, and then Epic and everyone else and their mom. But there were very many. Wow, how am I saying this? There were so many players that played this game via mobile that's why this is huge news. The only thing is that it is limited to those who are aware of Geforce Now. Unless they've been marketing it out to everyone else that is aware of Fortnite itself, then it could be
Epic is actively advertising this.
Good.
They so Tim Sweeney was was tweeting about it like before GFN made the announcement. Tim Sweeney, like 2 or 3 days before, was like, Fortnite Mobile is coming back to iPhone via Geforce Now. Like he was tweeting about it, all excited. It was like the day before CES started, I think. And I mean, I don't think that Epic is going to allow this to just be a background thing. Like they're going to push this hard, which is going to be good for Geforce Now because it'll get like they're going to grow together because of this. And I mean, this is good news. Obviously, like. I don't have an iPhone. We talked about this before. So I think to me, like personally, like whoop-de-doo. And you say, yeah, well, it was off the Google Play Store. Well, who cares? You can just download the Epic app on your phone and download it through the Epic app. And if that's too hard, then Samsung actively pushed it for a while too, which made it really easy for all Samsung phone users. But that being said, this is a much easier way for Epic to really push it because they can just have their website or their app and just redirect you to the Geforce Now app where you can play it there.
I always thought this would have happened like a while ago because I knew after they pulled it from the Apple Store and the Google Store that it was like a big deal. Oh, you can't play it on mobile. And then I was like, well, that's only a matter of time. Whenever Stadia and I think Luna um, got on iOS through Safari, I thought, okay, now it's gonna come, and it never came. And I'm like, man, you've been waiting a while. Like I thought it would have happened already. So it's nice that I don't play Fortnite, but I know
I don't either.
my little nephew plays and stuff. So I mean, it's nice for the people that do play, and it's huge. I mean, for a lot of younger kids, they love that game. So
And
that's
the thing that to hear you, Ben, say that they've been pushing the marketing on their end, like Epic's end, is great to hear, because that's going to smash like what I would predict GeForce Now subscription numbers. And not even just like paid subscription, but more so than anything, free subscription tier, to at least just try the service and just have it there. And I think that's huge, because if it was only GeForce Now, letting everyone know, I mean, it wouldn't really put it, it would filter a little bit, but it wouldn't push that heavy. But with Epic behind it as well too, which, you would hope for, that we could see a when I say dramatic, I don't mean like, oh my God, but I just mean like compared to what we're seeing now, as far as like who uses the GeForce Now platform, we could see a pretty dramatic increase in new users, as time goes on. And I think that's pretty exciting, because the more people that are aware of GeForce Now, like I even let my coworkers know about GeForce Now, because my boy was just, I don't want to use the word complaining because that makes him sound bad, but he was just letting me know his gripes with like how he doesn't have certain devices and this and that, and he can't do this and can't do that. The same thing we've all been through. And when I let him know about GeForce Now, as well as like Stadia and xCloud and everything, like he has an Xbox Series S and he just realized he can remote stream. Discoveries like that and helping people find them is, I think, awesome. And so more people using GFN to me is a really good thing, because I love the service. It can improve in many different areas, but where it's at now, I love it. So I think it's great. But yes, we three do not play Fortnite, but we can all recognize that this is pretty awesome for those that do, and especially for those that were playing heavy on mobile. I don't like playing Fortnite on mobile, because like the way PUBG mobile plays and Call of Duty mobile plays is like, those games were made for mobile. That's why they're not exact ports from console or PC or what have you to your mobile device, like Fortnite is, so I feel like touch controls on mobile for Fortnite, like they work, they're great, but not as great as those other two games, because
it's not meant to be played competitively on mobile.
Yeah, but like when you play COD Mobile and PUBG Mobile, those games are meant to be played competitive. So those controls are geared towards like, they gotta be, as good as they can for that specific type of game. You really have to.
Do you use touch controls, or do you use a controller?
So see, and that's the thing, for Fortnite Mobile, I need a controller. But if I'm playing PUBG Mobile or COD Mobile, I'm straight touch. Do not give me a controller.
Well, so if you do Call of Duty Mobile, you can use a controller, but then you're only limited. You can only play against other controller people on Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah.
So they limit it because it's an unfair advantage against all the touchscreen people, which is cool.
But I don't. But like the way PUBG, for me at least, for the way those two games were designed, is why I don't like controller on them. Yeah, like I have to be touch. I was wrecking shop. Like it was funny, because when I got my start streaming with PUBG Mobile and I was using my iPad, I had the application Omelette Arcade on my iPad, which, can stream out your screen, because it like records your screen. And I was wrecking shop. I was doing great. And then I was like, let me try, like I finally got a 1S and I was like, let me try PUBG on console now. Like I finally can get the full game. It was a nightmare. A freaking nightmare. I was beyond garbage. Like I was in the sewer, it was horrible. And I went instantly back to PUBG Mobile. And then as soon as COD Mobile dropped, it was the same thing. Like I was playing Black Ops 4, and I was having a fun time, but I wasn't that great. And then I would go over to COD Mobile and I was wrecking them, I was getting them. And They even, when they first were testing, was it Blackout before they called it Warzone, they had that mode in COD Mobile, and that I fell in love with. I was like, you gave me BR in a mobile game, all right, I'm cool, let's do this, you know. And which was already there because of PUBG, but you know, it just, now you have COD, and I thought that was awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I would much rather play touch controls on my iPad with COD Mobile and PUBG Mobile than use the controller. And that's another thing too. I never played COD Mobile or PUBG Mobile on my phone. It was always on my iPad. I needed that bigger screen, and for my hands, I needed the bigger controls. I could not do it any other way. All right. So this is awesome news. Let's move it along. Let me switch it up here into our next topic. We have, well, actually, our last topic of the show, I should say. Wow, we might actually end sooner than we usually do. But anyways, our last topic of the show, God of War finally came to PC, baby. This is freaking amazing. Long overdue, in my opinion. I really think Sony and PlayStation need to move it along a little bit faster when it comes to this. Xbox is smashing in this area, but we are not here for console wars because I don't give a fuck it. I don't give a shit about that shit. All I will do is comment on what I think these companies should be doing. But then again, it's only an opinion. What can I really say? I don't work there. So, as much as what I think as what I think Sony can improve on, I think this is absolutely amazing. God of War has finally made its way to PC. And from what I have seen from almost every content creator, let alone our friends that are content creators, this game seems to be doing a beautiful job on PC. Everybody that has played it seems to be absolutely loving it. Vegas, Ben, I'm not sure if you guys have had an opportunity to play this game, but I do know that just like me, you guys are aware that it's there and that our friends have put up gameplay. Vegas, let's start with you. What were your thoughts upon the arrival of God of War to PC?
I mean, it's actually, as soon as it came out, I started looking at who's making some content. I wanted to see how it was playing and stuff. And I also, just maybe like a couple hours ago, I signed up for PS Now, because it's included in their PS Now. I didn't have PS Now. I've been watching I was sick yesterday, so I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I was like, you know what? I need to get into PS Now, and there's some games over there I want to try. So,
not to interrupt you, but yes, I've had PS Now for a while, and yes, it has been there. Yes, it has. So please take advantage of that. The only reason why I stopped using PS Now is I'm waiting to get a PlayStation controller. I'm trying to find a good deal on one because I don't want to pay full price for one. And once I get that, then I'm going to come back to PS Now because I really hate using an Xbox controller on that thing. All right, continue. Go ahead.
You can use an Xbox controller, right?
Yes, you can. You can use any controller, like or most controllers that are supported, and you can, as long as it's wired and whatnot, or Bluetooth, whatever. But I don't like it because when I'm looking and I'm trying to it just messes with my mental everything. So I'm just going to wait till I get a controller and not have to have the headache. But yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm excited to try, but I haven't had. I just literally had signed up for it before. Then I had dinner and then I came on, so I haven't had a chance to actually play. Plus, I'm just now starting to feel better from my COVID shot that I got Friday. So, but yeah, I'm get back into it. Check a bunch. There's a couple of games that I want to try on PS Now, so I'm excited for that, and of course, God of War. So.
Nice. Yeah, there are a lot of games that I added to my PS Now, like my list. So when I go back to the service, they're already there. Quite a few of them actually. And if anybody is watching this and is has a PlayStation account, a PSN account, PlayStation Network or whatever, you can actually add me. I have one. I have the app on my phone. So even though I'm not currently gaming on PlayStation, I do have an account there. I had an old account when I had a PlayStation 3, but that's when I was living over in China doing dance work. So I don't remember that account, so I apologize. But you guys can add me there if you would like the info. Just shoot me a message over on Twitter. You should find a link down in the description to my Twitter. But yeah, so I like the PS Now service, and to see that they're going to be beefing it up to a PlayStation PlayStation game streaming service like Xbox and Game Pass is exciting. You know, we don't know what that's completely going to look like at all whatsoever. Obviously, it should be a tier system, you know, akin to Game Pass. If you know, people are saying it, you know, I don't care if it's a complete rip off of Game Pass. I really honestly think that's what PlayStation should do. You know what I mean? Just take the whole structure and do it the PlayStation way. Who cares?
No competition.
You
That's
know what I
good.
mean? Like, because it would be what I said. It would be, I think I said this like a year and a half ago now, is that it would go from Xbox versus PlayStation 5 or 4 or whatever, like this console versus this console versus Game Pass versus PS Pass or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And X Cloud versus PS Cloud. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, that's exciting. Like, I don't like console wars, but I'm not afraid of competition. You know what I mean? So I think that type of future to look forward to is very exciting, you know. And plus, how awesome would it be, like when we're live streaming, or I'm live streaming, you guys are, or whatever, and we're all gaming together, and we decide, oh, you know, let's jump into Halo, and then after an hour of gaming, we decide like we want to jump into a game over on the PS Now Plus side, you know, whatever they call the service by then, and we can just do that and switch over to our PlayStation controllers or whatever controller we feel like using, keyboard and mouse, whatever it is. But the ability to be able to do that is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, because it would be awesome if, when we're all gaming together and like when I'm live streaming, if we're on, like I'm on my Series S and we're playing, and then I can switch over to my PS5, but I don't have a PS5 and I don't feel like buying a PS5 right now. But I
can
can't
find it.
have, but I can have Game Pass and I can have PS Now. But then again, I can't access PS Now unless I'm on a PC. You know what I mean? So it's like we're all limited when it comes to the PS Now side. You know, open the floodgates, release the Kraken, as they say. You know, and PlayStation is getting there soon, so I'm excited for that. Ben, how did you feel when you finally saw God of War come to PC? And did you get a chance to catch any gameplay so far?
I haven't watched much gameplay yet on it, but I have read a lot of things about how it's incredibly optimized for PC. I mean, I saw reports of people that were able to play it without a graphics card. Like, the fact that it's willing to you're able to play the game smoothly. Granted, it looks like shit, but the fact that you're able to play it smoothly without a graphics card, I mean, that's saying something. Obviously, the better hardware, the better it's going to look, but it's a possibility. I think it's great that PlayStation is fine, and I guess Nintendo sort of, but they're finally realizing that they don't have to cater to their competition, which is consoles, and instead they can cater to the PC market. Like, a sale is a sale. I know that those guys, Nintendo and PlayStation in particular, are still very focused on selling hardware. But PC gamers, a lot of them don't want to buy more hardware. They already have a good piece of hardware. Therefore, let them buy it. They're not your main competition. Your main competition is Xbox and Nintendo. It just makes sense. So, like having Kena, which is a PlayStation exclusive, having that on PC, awesome. Like, there's been some other games, like, and then like Final Fantasy, the remaster for, what was it, Final Fantasy 7, I think, and then now God of War. Like, they are selling so many copies, it just makes sense, and they should do this for all their games, really. Just put all their major titles, at least the first in the series for each one, available to buy on PC.
Yeah, I agree. Which brings me to my next question. What year do you think they start bringing games day and date to PC? And I don't mean like every game, but significant titles. 2023, 2024? Jordan
mean
year, Kobe year.
You mean like console exclusives to PC?
Like the next Spider-Man game, which is supposed to be due out, I believe, 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't think the next Spider-Man game comes out day and date. Just as an example of what type of game I'm talking about. When do you think a game like that would start coming day and date with console, like how Xbox is doing it?
I mean, a lot of PC games come out before console. Like, it just depends on the game, and it depends on who's making it. Like,
I don't mean
obviously, if it's a
before.
place.
I don't mean before. I mean like the same, like day and date, like exact same time. Like the day the next Spider-Man game drops, it drops on PC. When do we start seeing that from Sony instead of them bringing a game a year later or 2 years later?
I would say Sony's still way too greedy for that, and they're going to give their PlayStation hardware people the lead for like a 3 months to a year at least for every major title. Like, they're not going to wait. I mean, what was it? Final Fantasy VII Remaster was on PlayStation for like what, year and a half before it hit PC.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
2 years almost.
Something like
that. That's a bit on the ridiculous side. Monster Hunter Rise was on Nintendo as an exclusive for what, a year, I think? A little over a year.
Maybe about a year, yeah, I would say.
And it just hit PC. Like, that's more reasonable. Like, a year, like 6 months to a year is a good like exclusivity range, like for timed exclusives for the consoles. But trying to lock it in for like more than a year, just it seems more detrimental. Like, at that point, like, the game's outdated. If you want to give it a breath of fresh air, a year is a good time limit for that.
Well, for the overall PC gamer, if it's one thing I've come to learn recently and realize, is that PC gamers actually don't care when a game comes to PC. Like, they just, once it comes, they'll play it. They're not super anal about like, when exactly it comes.
They're not, and that's the thing. It's the fact that if they want to capitalize on the most money, then in my opinion, a year is about that time frame, because hype will have started to die down for a lot of these single player campaign games. But if you bring it to PC, it'll rebuild the hype because PC players will start buying it again, which will also refresh the hype for console where they'll start playing it again. So it's kind of like a cycle. And if you wait 2 years, sometimes that's a bit too long.
Yeah, because even if the sales numbers for God of War on PC are good, they could have been maximized better if the wait wasn't so long.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about you, Vegas? Are you gonna when do you think you're gonna finally find a chance to dive into this game? You gonna hit it tonight?
Yeah, maybe tonight. I feel better today, so I'll definitely. I want to check it out as soon as I put my daughter to sleep. Definitely check it out tonight, because I just got it and I haven't had a chance to play anything yet because I had to eat dinner and stuff. But as soon as we're done, as soon as I put her to sleep, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Well, also, is the PS Now version? That's the original. That's not the remaster, right?
As far as I know, for PS Now, it is the original 2018. It is not the beefed up 2018.
That's what I thought. You still get to play the game. It's still fun.
But from what I saw before, I think it was from Hove Scorpion, I can't remember, that it looks good on PS Now actually. Because of and that was after they did the that 1080p upgrade that they did last year to PS Now. That ever since then the game has actually looks and plays well. But that hopefully that changes with PlayStation's new platform coming soon. So we'll see how that all works out in due time.
They'll come soon. I think there's too much competition going on, and I know that they're more dedicated to their console players, but with everyone else putting games up on cloud, like everyone's and they're getting there. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Nightcrawlers Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining me and being here with me today. As always, it's been grand and absolute. as a way to put it. But great discussion today. Many things to look forward to across the board when it comes to gaming. Whatever type of gamer you guys happen to be out there in the gamerverse, we accept you here. You know, whether you play cloud, PC, console, doesn't matter, mobile, we invite you to be a part of the ride. As always, before we get out of here, let me allow my good friends to send you guys off with their personal social media accounts and where you can find them. Vegas, where can everybody find you?
Just on your Discord most of the time, hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't have any social media. I have Facebook, but I haven't used it in years. So I can't stand that. You know, so much. You know what I'm talking about. So I just don't use it. But the only thing I use is Discord and YouTube. But you can find me on Dusty's Discord and Vegas Night on most console and Stadia. I used to have Luna. I don't have Luna anymore. And Vegas Night 26 on all the other consoles on cloud gaming stuff. So
nice. And Ben, where can everybody find you?
Twitch. Once I get back into it, taking a little bit of a break right now, but once I do, it'll be
Follow him.
Entertainment.
Follow him.
And then also on TikTok, posting random shit and a lot of times clips from my games. And the TikTok, I believe, is Cloud Trippin' Int, but let me double check.
Cloud Trippin' ENT. We all we got.
It was funny. Ben sent me something I watch on, I think it was Instagram. And I'm like, I don't have Instagram, but my wife does. So I have to go to her account to see his stuff.
Yeah, it's so Cloud Trippin' Entertainment on Twitch and Cloud Trippin' Int, so entertainment abbreviated, on TikTok.
Nice. And everybody can find me on Twitter at Dusty Fredericks. Fredericks is spelled with an IX, not ICKS. And I am on YouTube as Dusty, just Dusty, and on Twitch and Trovo as THA Dusty, and then the number 1, the Dusty one. And you can always find us here at Nightcrawlers Podcast, going live every Sunday as best as we can at 3 p.m. PST. I was going to do 4 p.m., but it's actually better for me to get more stuff done in the evening to do it at 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. PST going forward, you can find us here, Nightcrawlers Podcast. Thank you to everyone that joined us for the live. If you guys are catching this on replay, hit that subscribe button, click that like, turn on the notifications. You know what to do. And we'll see you guys next time. As always, stay safe, stay clean. Peace, everybody. Yeah.